All right, go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Thank you,
I see
sir.
You're an atheist voter.
I am an atheist voter. I am not a planted atheist voter. I'm from here in Iowa.
Okay.
You are the 10th candidate that I've had the pleasure to ask questions to.
Okay.
I haven't heard you speak a lot about your faith and how it guides your politics. So I'm kind of curious about separation of church and state, but more specifically with the Kim Davis situation. Some people support the idea of government employees being able to discriminate based on religious belief. Would you in turn support an atheist government employee discriminating against somebody else based on their belief, which is, a hypothetical because we don't have beliefs that would lead to that, but I'm kind of curious where you stand on that.
That's certainly a hypothetical. What I can tell you is, in regard to my faith, I'm not going to shove mine down your throat, but I'm going to recommend you read Empty Right. Okay? And look, I'm reading a book right now by I guess he's a theologian, a philosophy teacher at Boston College, and he said, I really admire those that say they're atheists and don't play around the edge, and then we can confront them on the basis of that. Look, all I would say to you, sir, is in life there's a window of opportunity, and I happen to believe there is a higher power, and the reason I believe it is because I kind of felt it as a kid, and then when my parents were killed in 1987 by a drunk driver, I think the Lord rescued me, but it only happened when somebody said, you got a window of opportunity because of your pain. I would suggest you go through it and check it out, because eternity lasts a long time. And so for me, 1987 was 13 and 16, that's 29 years ago, and I've been working at this every day. And I'm not a believer because I need a rabbit's foot or a lucky buckeye. I believe it because I've actually looked at the evidence. So what I would say to you is, before you go too far down, you need to go through the window of opportunity and examine where you stand vis-a-vis, as I like to call him, the big guy.
But let me ask you quick, would you support that?
Support what?
An atheist government official discriminating against somebody using their beliefs.
I don't favor discrimination in
Thank
any
you.
way, period. So
Thank you.
My faith, they asked me that question last night. Everybody see the debate, they asked me about my faith. And my faith really drives me to be concerned about people who don't have power, money, and influence, and people who are bereaved, and the widowed, and the people who are hungry, and, so anyway, check it out. Get him a book. Read C.S. Lewis, okay? What's his best book? Mere Christianity. Just read it, okay? Take a look at it.
Mr. Kasich, thank you.